Just walked in over there.
Check
my
out.
Okay.
But I believe today that Jesus Christ is Lord and Savior, that He has risen from the dead, and I am claiming Him as head of my life. I receive Him now. In Jesus' name. Amen. That's it. That's it. If you've accepted Him and fully embraced Him, that is it. You are a member of the family. Now, yes, you need to get connected, but you are already a member of the family. Welcome. The angels are rejoicing. God is excited because you, His son, His daughter, have come home. And so we encourage you to get associated and affiliated with a God-fearing family, a God-fearing church family.
Thank you.
Please consider Michelle's
If it happens again, I don't know what I did. It's the username and password are both lowercase www.
I'll call you, man.
Okay.
Lowercase WWDB.
Yeah.
Are we live, Bert? What's going on, Facebook Live? Good to have you guys on. Welcome to this morning's show as we get ourselves together. Today's topic is 10 fundamentals to change your life. 10 fundamentals to change your life. I want to share with you some things that really helped change my life and the way I did some things, the way I'm doing some things. So, glad to have you guys on. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Hope everybody's doing well. We are live from studio audience. I mean, the studios in Bala Kenwood, PA, WWDB, AM.
Are you looking at them?
Good to see all of you.
But like looking at their prices and stuff, I'm like, that means I'm
The
gonna
gang's
know
all here.
what I'm doing.
Good morning,
Like,
Richard.
I
Good
can't
morning,
just-
Betsy. Thanks for following. We going to talk about the 10 fundamentals that will change your life this morning. We also have a Twitter poll right in. You can follow me on Twitter page. You can write in on the Twitter poll. Try to get Instagram followers set up here. Yeah, I'll get them started at 8 o'clock. Guys, the calling number is 888-329-3306. Mia Bowie is calling in from Budget Queens. She'll be calling in later on. But tell somebody, got a great show. They want to have some fun. Segments of the show. I think we're going to do what I tried this week. I tried what we tried this week. You know, what we tried. Hey, Cheryl. Good morning. Twitter poll is, I don't know what the Twitter question is. Oh, well, Janae will share that with you later on. Would you rather be able to see 10 minutes into the future, 10 minutes into somebody else's future? Betsy, good morning. Oh, the kids are back to school, huh? Putting your grandson on the school bus. I didn't know kids were back in school.
They inspire selfless acts of heroism, but endure the most unspeakable acts of callous cruelty.
Got my cup of coffee going on.
Of course, the animals. The other animals, just not the humankind. Join me, Laurent Levy, every Friday at 10 on
We have a good show today. Good show. Good show.
Deal with the other animals. You're listening to WWDB Talk 860.
Guys, call in 888-329-3306.
I guess they can hear you, but the volume doesn't.
The volume what?
Four, I think.
Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Welcome to the Ralph Graves Jr. Morning Show. My name is Ralph Graves. So glad to have you guys checking in. Good morning, John Massey. Good morning to Shauna Clark. You guys are watching on Facebook Live and Instagram and all that. But we are here at WWDB 860 on the AM dial. www.dbam.com. And it is another Wednesday. God has been good to us. My name is Ralph Graves. I pastor the Cornerstone Community Church in Millville, New Jersey. And we're here for another week, for another show. And the gang is all here. Good morning. Let's go around the room. Good morning, Janae.
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning, Kair.
Good morning.
Morning, Matt. Matt's producing the show.
Good morning, everybody.
How you doing this morning, Matt?
Oh, I'm doing good.
Good.
Traffic wasn't too bad. A little muggy, but it's okay.
No, it wasn't too bad today. How was everybody's weekend? If everybody can remember that.
I can remember my weekend.
How was your weekend?
I helped my grandma clean out her closet
How'd that go?
really well. We got rid of a lot of stuff. She got rid of more stuff than I thought, especially
Really?
shoes.
Really?
Lot of shoes.
You convinced my mother to clean out her closet.
She was ready. She
was ready to go, huh?
Yeah. And then my fiance came back and surprised me at my grandma's house.
Uh-huh.
And then I went shopping.
So you had a very active weekend.
Yeah.
Well, it's good to hear that. Kair, how was your weekend? Anything memorable?
No, but it was fine. I wasn't bored.
No.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Matt, how was your weekend, man?
It wasn't too bad. I did homework and watched football on Sunday.
Yeah. Did anybody watch the fights? I'm a sports guy. I watched Saturday night. I stayed up and watched. I stayed up way too long. You know, I pastor a church. I had to preach on Sunday morning, but I was up all night watching those fights on ESPN. Lomachenko. Yeah, Teofimo Lopez. Great fights. But that was the weekend.
Boxing makes me sad.
Boxing makes you sad, huh?
Yeah. I can't watch people just get punched in the face repeatedly.
Right.
It makes me very sad.
Right,
I don't like it at all.
Well, guys, we have a great show today. Listen, our show today, and share it with somebody. Call in 888-329-3306. You're watching on Facebook Live. Good morning. Welcome. Watching on Instagram Live. Good morning. Welcome to the Ralph Graves Jr. Show. If you don't know who I am, like I said, I've been pastoring Cornerstone Community Church for 15 years. In January, it'll be 15 years in Millville, New Jersey. We planted it 15 years ago. God has been extremely good to us along the way. And, I love the Lord. I'm a born-again believer. Every strategy and everything we talk about here at this show is rooted in the fundamentals of the Bible, everything, and just really how you can apply it to your everyday life and be the person that God called you to be. Now, we got a lot of things going on, but today's topic is 10 fundamentals that will change your life. So we're going to dive into that. There's 10 of them. I'm going to try to get through all 10. We have a Twitter poll, a Twitter write-in. If you're following me on Twitter, follow me on all my social media outlets. I'm on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook. Where else am I, Kair?
LinkedIn.
YouTube.
Spotify. Everywhere. Yeah, go over to Spotify channel. Some great shows on there. We have we have 18 episodes, 19 episodes now. You know, guys, we've been doing this almost a year.
It feels like.
This is our year anniversary, the end of the month, right?
Yeah.
Can we get a round of applause? We hung in there for a year. Had no idea what I was doing a year ago. Still really don't have any idea what we're doing, but we're having a good time doing it. But anyway, the Twitter poll is, read the Twitter poll for me, Janae.
So the Twitter poll is, would you rather be able to see 10 minutes into your future or 10 minutes into the future of everyone else?
Would you rather be able to see 10 minutes into your future or 10 minutes into the future of anyone else but yourself? So, what would you rather do? Matt, what would you rather do? See 10 minutes into your future or 10 minutes in the future of somebody else?
Probably my future.
Yeah.
I don't know why. It
Yeah,
just sounds better. I guess because I guess you can control your own future. I don't know if it would make a difference.
Yeah, I could try to adjust
I guess
it.
mine.
Yeah. Me too. I'd say my future. Janae, what do you say?
Yeah, probably my future. But I mean, it's because it's like such like a small amount of time. I wouldn't mind seeing everybody else's 10 minutes.
Yeah, 10 minutes.
Yeah, like look at you. You just wait 10 minutes.
The caller though is 888-329-3306. Point number one, I want to dive in because I got 10 of these. And we're going to get through the whole show. I'm excited about. We have a call-in guest, 820. Mia Mia Bowie, and I believe Sam might be calling with her. They are the budget queens. Will be giving us tips on really how to maintain our budget through the holiday season. We'll be calling around 8:20 or so. So hang in, and you'll be hearing from them after the break. Okay, point number one, right? In the fundamentals of 10 fundamentals that'll change your life is don't be upset if you fail. Why? Because great success is often preceded by failure. Great success is often preceded by failure. A lot of times we get stuck in this failure mode, right? And put it this way, you and I will never experience true success until you learn to embrace failures, right? You're going to make mistakes, right? Mistakes pave the way for you to succeed by revealing when you've taken the wrong path. The biggest breakthroughs typically come when you're feeling the most frustrated and you're stuck. That's when you have the greatest breakthroughs. It's this frustration that forces you to think differently, to look outside of that box, to see the solution that you've been missing. Success, ladies and gentlemen, in anything takes patience, the ability to maintain a good attitude even while suffering for what you believe in. So don't be afraid to fail. If you've experienced failure, don't just wallow in it. All right. It's usually, right after failure usually comes some sort of success. We often talk about that the obstacle is the way. The solution is in the obstacle. I was listening to a podcast the other day, right? I'm a podcaster, so I listen to podcasts. Thank you, John Massey, for saying happy anniversary. Thank you for that. Listened to a podcast the other day. And she was saying, guys, that it's called fear of the first time. Anytime you do something for the first time, probably will fail. It's not going to be as good as you think it is, right? But the better or the more you do it, the longer you do it, you're going to get better at it. And if you fail, guess what? It gives you an opportunity to make a fresh start. It's okay, that didn't work. That becomes part of your book, part of your story, part of your life. It didn't work, but let's try it this way. All right, so that's a fundamental number one. Great success is often preceded by a failure, a letdown, something that you sucked at.
That point makes me laugh sometimes because it's like it's almost like duh. Like when you were learning how to walk, the first time you stood up, you did not walk,
and you didn't quit,
and now you walk, or like riding a bike. Yeah. The first time you got on your two wheels.
But what happens to us as we get older? Like, why are we afraid to fail? Why are we afraid to say I failed at that?
Yeah.
Like you're right, a 2-year-old or somebody, I guess they're walking before 2.
Right.
But a kid doesn't say, I fell down, I'm never going to try to walk again.
Right. Or driving. Like you go to driving school. You take the test.
You should have went to driving school.
Well, my parents didn't send me.
Bad dad.
So like I failed the driver's test like twice.
Right.
Well, the second time was a technicality, and the first time I stopped. I don't know, whatever. But like I have a license now. Like
right. So you can't be afraid to fail. What happens? I guess as adults, I don't know. I guess we do something, we try it, and we just say, "I'm not trying it no more." What happens to us, Matt? What do you think happens to us, man? Why do we punk out sometimes?
Too much pride.
Yeah.
I think as a kid, you don't really think about pride too much, but as an adult, people are more stubborn and hard-headed.
Don't want to be laughed at. Don't want to be talked about. You're right. Pride. I know for me as a Christian, as a believer, I'm glad I don't succeed at something the first time. You know why? It forces me to pray about it. It forces me to my knees. It forces me to talk to God about it. It keeps me in a relationship with him. Like, all right, Lord, I believe this is what you want me to do and call me to do, but I'm struggling at it. So show me the way. But yeah, I agree with Matt. As we get older, we get afraid to fail, but all of the greats among us, all of the people that we hold in high esteem, if you're an entrepreneur, if just anybody you're around that is doing great things, they have failed more than once. They have failed over and over again. Thomas Edison, his first attempt at the filament in the light bulb was not a successful attempt. How many failed inventions did he try? You know? But anyway, great success is often preceded by failure. Point number two. Guys, call in 888-329-3306. Join in the conversation on all of our social media platforms, Facebook Live, Instagram Live. What's going on? Love to see you on there. Point number two. Busy does not equal being productive. Busy does not equal being productive. The object of this thing, guys, is not to be busy, but to be productive, right? Look at everybody around you. I wrote about this yesterday on LinkedIn. I wrote this yesterday on LinkedIn. So go to my LinkedIn page, check it out. You know, if you look at everybody around you, they all seem to be busy. You know, we run from virtual meeting to virtual meeting, or from meetings to meetings. We run from email to email. We're doing all kinds of stuff. But yet, how many people are really producing? How many of us are really producing at a high level? We're just being busy. Success doesn't come from movement and activity. It's not what it comes from. It comes from focus. Your focus must ensure that your time is used efficiently and productively. We all get the same hours, same number of hours a day. If God's good to us, we all get the same 24 hours a day. We have to learn to use our time wisely in a focus period, because I heard somebody say this, and this really hit home to me. You're the product of your output, not your effort. So make certain that your efforts are dedicated to the tasks that get results. So we are a product of our output, not our effort. Deshauna Clark said, sometimes busy doing nothing. Man, we're busy at everything. We got 4 or 5 things to do at once. We're rushing here, rushing there. And at the end of the day, you're feeling so, what did I accomplish today? Nothing. Just got busy. You know, I had to slow down. I always have a biblical point to it. You know, I keep telling you, you know, I'm a believer. So I had to really, you know, look at the life of Christ, right? Christ wasn't running around busy. He was running around being productive. He wasn't running around doing too much. He was being obedient to his Father. He took time away to get with God. And so, you know, we idolize the grind. We idolize the hustle. Man, I'm hustling. I'm grinding. For me as a believer, nowhere in the Bible does it tell me to hustle or grind. It actually tells me to seek first the kingdom of God and his righteousness, and everything that I'm hustling and grinding for will be added unto me. So, man, I got to this point, and I was sharing this with some folks last night. I hope it comes across the radio as clear as I was sharing it last night. It got to the point just a few weeks ago. You know, I enjoy Sunday and Monday because Monday's my day off. Sunday, I get to do what I'm called to do, preach, teach the gospel. Monday, my day off. But Tuesday through Friday, I couldn't stand it because I felt like I was hustling. I was grinding. And I wasn't taking time to get away and be with the Lord intimately. And get to that place where it's just he and I. And as a disciple of Christ, disciple means follower of Christ, I had to look to how Christ was like, listen, I never told you to hustle. I never told you to grind. I told you to follow my example. Get alone with the Father. Get alone in your prayer life, your prayer, your meditation, your contemplation. Seek first the kingdom of God and his righteousness. And man, I tell you, since I've been doing that, I'm feeling great. I'm back to being refocused, because busy does not equal being productive. The Bible simply says this, that if you commit your way to the Lord, he will establish your thoughts. When my thoughts are established, guess what? My footsteps are ordered after my thoughts are established. So don't be too busy and so busy that you are not producing, and get yourself into a place to where you can focus and you can really produce. Does that make sense, guys? Being busy does not equal production. Okay, good. Guys, we got some stuff out there. Now, there's a segment of the show that we like talking about, and it's called I Tried. What you guys tried this week? Is that what it's called, Janae?
Yeah, that's what it's called.
I tried for the first time. Anybody try anything new this weekend? What you try, Kyer?
I did not try anything new this weekend.
You know we have this segment, and you didn't try anything?
I didn't.
Matt, what you try this weekend, man?
I don't think I tried anything new.
Nobody tried anything.
Same boring old Matt as always.
I'm excited. I tried something, guys. Go ahead, Janae. What you tried this weekend?
Are we taking our break?
After I tried.
Okay.
I'm late for the break. I know.
I did my hair again.
Well, you did it last week. That's not I tried. I'm gonna tell you what, guys. I
It's
tried.
a different style,
Is it different style?
isn't it?
Yes, it is. It's a different style. Okay. I tried. You guys know that I beat my body up a lot, right? You know that I, bikes and lifting weights and all that. And I get a lot of muscle soreness, right? I tried, Joyce Smith said, to empty my closet. Thank you, Joyce. I tried for the very first time CBD oil, man. And I tell you, I will never take ibuprofen again. I will never take Motrin again. Man, my muscle soreness is gone. I don't even know where. I'm not promoting any particular brand. I get it from a good friend of ours, Sensei, David Osage from Judo Movement. Shout out to Judo Movement. And man, I tell you what, that soreness is gone. All that swelling. My knee was messing up. I had a little meniscus situation going on. Gone. Yeah, man. It's nasty as all get out. You put it beneath your tongue. It's not tasty. But I tell you what, I wake up feeling good. Yeah. Not high either. Okay. All right. No one pastor wasn't smoking weed. All right. I took CBD oil. Everybody relax.
That's what I was saying. Like CBD oil is diet weed.
Somebody said no. But that's what I tried, and I'm a believer in it today. So, guys, we are about to take a break, right? Listen, I want you guys call in 888-329-3306. And after the break, we're going to continue on into I have 8 more fundamentals that'll change your life. We have a Twitter poll. I want to hear about what you tried. I want to, there's some stuff we need to talk about. We have a guest calling in. Mia's calling in. But you listen to the Ralph Graves Jr. Morning Show, www.am.com, 860 on the AM dial. We will be right back after these messages. Hey everybody, my name is Ralph Graves Jr. I'm the host of the Ralph Graves Jr. Show, and I want to invite you to pick up my book, Unstoppable. I wrote a book called Unstoppable. It's 7 universal laws that will transform how you pursue and achieve success. The one thing that my 20 years of law enforcement has taught me is that no matter who you are, we are all governed by universal laws, like gravity. But in this book, we're going to talk about laws like the law of forgiveness, laws like the law of control, the law of intelligent practice, the law of expectancy. I was able to see how those, no matter what their background was, those who identified and treated these laws with respect, they were able to go on and lead successful lives. So pick up this book, and you can go ahead and pick it up at Amazon.com, BarnesandNoble.com, RalphGravesJr.com, where anywhere where fine books are sold. Thank you.
Revive Hydration is a proud sponsor of the Ralph Graves Morning Show. Revive Hydration is the first IV hydration and vitamin infusion service in the South Jersey area. For more details, please visit their website at www.revivehydration.com, or you can give them a call at 856-485-0070. Again, their website, www.revivehydration.com, or give them a call at 856-485-0070.
This is about getting up off the ground when you're 9 years old. Functional fitness.
Where you guys watching?
This is a lifestyle. This is a way of life. This is a decision, a conscious decision for yourself. Coach Lee, 856-236-0810. www.xathletics.co. xathletics123@gmail.com. Coach Lee _X on Instagram.
Thank you.
Revive Hydration is a proud sponsor of the Ralph Graves Morning Show. Revive Hydration is the first IV hydration and vitamin infusion service in the South Jersey area. For more details, please visit their website at www.revivehydration.com, or give them a call at 856-485-0070. Again, their website, www.revivehydration.com, or give them a call at 856-485-0070.
You guys, if you haven't. What's happening, everybody? Welcome back to the Ralph Graves Jr. Show. I was just sitting here talking to my my Facebook folks while we were at break, and my Instagram people. Thank you for checking in from Dallas. Thank you for checking in from New Jersey and all over the country and things like that. But we are back, and we are talking about the 10 fundamentals that will change your life. That's what we're talking about today. Went through fundamentals 1 and 2. Number 1 is great success is often preceded by failure. Number 2 is being busy does not equal being productive. Being busy does not mean you're being productive. Number three, you're only good as those that you associate with. Now, we have driven this point home ad nauseum on this show, right? You often hear about your top 5. We are the average of the top 5 people that we're around. That's why we stretch. That's why we go get mentors. That's why we try to get around people that are further along in where we want to be, or further along than where we want to be. If you want a successful marriage, hang around people who have been successful at marriage. If you want to be successful at business, hang around people who are successful at business. If you want to, so you're only as good as those you associate with. You should strive to surround yourself with people who inspire you. I hope this program inspires you, right? You want to be around people who make you want to be better. And you probably do want to be better. I know I want to be better, right? But what about the people who drag you down? What about the people who are minuses in your life? Why do we allow them to be constant in our lives? Why do we allow them to be a constant in our lives? Beware of the people that are dragging you down. Beware of the people that are pulling you down. Anyone who makes you feel worthless, ladies and gentlemen, anybody who makes you feel anxious or uninspired is wasting your time and quite possibly making you more like them. Life is too short. I keep telling you, the great joke of life is its brevity. Life is too short to associate with people like that. Cut them loose. I used to use this analogy that people in our lives, it's if I'm standing up on this table, and Matt's a big guy. If I'm standing up on this table, I would have a harder time pulling Matt up. Matt could yank me down quicker than I could pull him up. And so that's why we have to be careful about who we really associate ourselves with, because they can yank us down quicker than we can pull them up. So you're only as good as those you associate yourself with. So guard your close, intimate associations. On the line right now, on the air. Mia, are you there? Mia Bowie from the Budget Queens.
Hi, yes, I'm here. Good morning.
Hi, Mia, and I know you guys
Good
Instagram
morning,
Live
Mia.
can't hear, but Mia is part of the Budget. I'm gonna tell you all about Mia. Mia is part of the Budget Queen. She's a friend of the show. She is doing some dynamic things. Now, Mia has called in to teach us or to give us some tips on how we should. Holiday season's coming. And this is like the season where a lot of us blow our budget, correct?
Yes, that would be very correct.
Yeah. So how do we guard ourselves against blowing our budget, guys? Mia, how do we do that?
Yeah, so I just wanted to point out, so like you're saying, most people blow their budget.
Yeah.
I actually looked up last night. Americans take an average of $1,300 of holiday debt during the holiday season.
Wow.
And the key really is to set up a sinking fund.
Set up, what's it called?
It's called a sinking fund.
A sinking fund.
Yes. So basically, you're putting money away on a gradual basis.
Okay.
Per paycheck.
Okay.
Okay. So in order for us not to go in debt, we would just need to save $90 a month, $45 bi-weekly.
Wow.
If we started in January, you know what I mean? And we'll have our sinking fund in 11 months. And really the key is to make a list. A lot of people just go out shopping and they don't, they just buy whatever they see.
I know I do. I'm guilty.
Yeah.
Oh, I think they'll like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the key is really to structure that list. And what item you want to get for that person, and then again, how much you want to spend on that person.
Okay.
that's really going to save you tons of money.
You're making me put a value on what I spend on that person, Mia.
Yeah, I mean, because the thing is,
they don't mean $100 to me. They don't mean
$100
$100 to me. What'd you say?
I was gonna say, it really is not about like value. It's supposed to be about the thought, right? Like,
I know. I'm just teasing you. But that is very interesting. I didn't know that we go into that much debt in the holiday season. Give that number again. The average American goes into what?
About $1,300 worth of holiday debt.
$1,300 worth of holiday debt.
Mm-hmm. And they don't pay it off in time. Like, you know, I always hear people, oh, I'm going to get a credit card, you know, and it's 0% interest and I'll just pay it off. Like, no, why don't you just prepare?
Yeah.
And then you won't have to go into that.
So you're saying $90 a month, $45 bi-weekly could really prepare us for that sinking fund. I guess that applies for vacations and stuff too, right?
Look at you. Look at you. Ahead of the game. Yes.
I'm growing. See, I hang with the budget queens. Yeah.
Yes, I have a vacation fund, sinking fund. I have a Christmas sinking fund, and also have a car maintenance sinking fund, which has really helped me because, you know, there's things always coming up with your car. And instead of it blowing your budget, you could just pull from your sinking fund.
Sure. Now, is it too late to start one? Like somebody's like, first time hearing this, it's October. Listen, you know, a lot of folks already started their, you know, their holidays. Is it too late to start, or what would you suggest for somebody who hasn't started?
No, I don't think it's not too late to start. Right? Again, you have to come up with a fair number. Like, you might not want to spend $1,000 on Christmas. Like, you still have time to. You have what, about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 6, 7, 8 weeks till Christmas.
Right. Right.
But you also want to allow yourself shopping time, so we're going to call it 7 weeks.
Okay.
So instead, say you want to spend $500, you just need to save $70 a week.
$70 a week. Okay. That's not bad.
$35 bi-weekly. Yeah.
Mia, how do people get in contact with you? You have mastered the art of budgeting, and that's why you are one of 2 of the budget queens. And talk about the service that you offer and how folks can find you, and give us a minute or two on that. How can they find Mia and the budget queens?
Yes, please follow us. Instagram, budget_queens. We empower others to cash flow their dreams through handwritten budgets to crush debt and save money.
Wow.
We offer one-on-one coaching. We also just started our new master class where we're going to do like a 4-week series of budgeting. So it's going to be awesome. And then we also have budgeting tools for you to win with your budget. We have cash envelope sinking funds that we just mentioned.
Okay.
We have budget sheets. We've got all kinds of things going. But follow us on Instagram, budget_queens. We have Facebook as well, Budget Queens. Twitter, Budget Queens #1. And then our website is finally almost done.
All right. Okay.
Launching it November 2nd.
Okay.
So www.budgetqueens.com when that comes out.
Awesome. Mia, thank you for calling in, and thank you for these tips. Now, this won't be the last time you call in, right? We got to make this a monthly segment as far as getting our financial literacy and learning how to budget correctly. Thank you for being part of the show. Can I get you to call in again next month?
Of course. Thank you so much for having me. I appreciate you guys.
Before you go, you have to answer the Twitter poll question, which is, what is it, Janae?
Would you rather see 10 minutes into your future or 10 minutes into everyone else's?
I'm going to go 10 minutes into mine.
I think that's been unanimous across the board, but thank you for calling in. You have a terrific day, Mia. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. Day, guys. All right. See you later. Yep. So there you have it, guys. We had our budget queen tip for the day, our budget tip for the day. I thought that's pretty crazy. $1,300 in debt?
Yeah.
You ever think of that?
No, I'm definitely not one of those Americans, but I can see how it is because everyone gets just so wrapped up in gotta get the presents, gotta get the perfect present.
Yeah. Kaya, have you gotten that deep into debt? Like during Christmas, $1,300? Like in debt, you know what I'm saying?
Oh, no, not in debt,
Yeah.
but spending that much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, if you got it, you got it. You know,
Yeah.
everybody ain't balling like Kyer got it.
Never.
What about you, Matt? If you got the $1,300 debt, like you can
for
see it
sure.
happening.
With 6 kids and 3 grandkids, yeah.
Yeah.
I think the most I ever spent on Christmas was like $800 for like I got something for everybody.
My mom's gift be like,
Yeah. Well, I mean, listen.
I go to Five Below quick.
You don't want to get yourself into debt. There's always, you know, we used to always kid, you buy all these Christmas gifts and then your lights are off January 2nd. So we don't want to get into anything like that. So hey, listen, take heed of those tips. Take heed of those tips. Okay. We're talking about the 10 fundamentals that'll change your life. We're only up to number 3. I don't know how we're gonna get through this. Number 3 was you're only good as those who you associate yourself with, right? Number 4 is you are actually living the life you've created. Think about that. To this point right now, you are living the life that you created. Now, I know you want to blame other people. I know you want to fault people. I know you want to talk about your childhood. I know you want to talk about all this kind of stuff. But in actuality, you are living the life that you've created. You're not a victim of circumstance. Nobody can force you to make the decisions you've made. Nobody can force you to take actions that run contrary to your values and aspirations. If you're making decisions or taking actions that have run contrary to what you say you believe in, that's you that you created that. You have to accept responsibility for that. The circumstances you're living in today are your own. They are my own. I created them. You created them. So likewise, the future is entirely up to us. You're feeling stuck. It's probably because you're afraid to take the risks that are necessary to achieve the goals and live your dreams. When it's time to take action, ladies and gentlemen, listeners, remember that it's always better to be at the bottom of the ladder you want to climb than to be at the top of the ladder you don't. Remember that. All right? Accept responsibility. I'm writing a book, and I was encouraged to talk about the book that I'm writing, my second book. If you didn't, go out and get Unstoppable. It's available on Amazon.com, RalphGravesJr.com, BarnesandNoble.com. Wrote Unstoppable, 7 universal laws that'll change the way you pursue and achieve success. Writing another book, my second book, is talking about attitude. It's all about attitude. Our attitude creates our environment. I know we've been taught that we have an attitude because of the environment. No. Your attitude creates the environment. For instance, Mia just got off the phone. Your attitude toward money will determine whether you will set up a budget or not. Your attitude toward your relationship with God will determine whether you have one or not. Your attitude towards wherever you're at creates the environment. So my attitude creates the life that I'm living. Your attitude toward your health, your attitude toward whatever creates the environment in which you live. So that responsibility, and here's the beautiful part. Here's the meat of the book I'm writing. God has given us dominion over our attitude. God has given you full control of your attitude. He's giving you full control of the thing that will determine how you live. So you're living the life you created. I know that, some people are ready to look for excuses. No. Nope. You are living the life you created. So if you want a better life, it's got to be a better attitude, a better attitude towards some things. You want more, you've got to grow more. Hey, on the line, our good friend of the program, Dr. Rocco Kevin. Good morning, Dr. Rocco. How are you, sir?
Good. Hey, good morning, guys. How you been over there?
Good morning.
Man, always good to hear your voice, man. Always good to hear from you.
Yeah, it's been busy going into the fall for us, and just having a good time, taking care of people, and figuring out how to budget. Listen, I'm the worst at that budget thing. I can't do it, man. I never grew up that way, thinking about saving for a rainy day or
No,
or
yeah.
planning for a trip. So
Right.
I could totally use advice, and I have the biggest problem committing to it. Like, I can lay it out, got Excel spreadsheets, talk to my wife.
Yeah.
Next thing I know, we're good for about a week, and then
Yeah, it's
nothing, man.
it's something you got to force yourself to do. But after a while, if we do it long enough, and I'm like you, Doc, I haven't done it long enough to it become a regular part of my life. You know what I'm saying? And so, yeah, I'm right there with you. Like, oh yeah, I make this amount, and we just go ahead and spend that amount.
or even better, but I tell this to people all the time in medicine. Like, one thing in medicine is, like, I get people to try to lose weight, right? So this is always a big topic, like, well, how do I lose weight? I'm like, well, I don't know. Were you counting your calories ever? No. I just eat healthy. Well, eating healthy don't make you lose weight. And I relate that to finances because I'm like, all right, I make all this money.
Right.
How come we ain't got no money?
Right, exactly.
You know? And so unless you sit down and look at your bank register and say, oh, you're spending $200 a month on coffee.
Yeah.
We got to get a Keurig in the house, and we can spend 50 cents a cup,
Yeah.
$5 a cup.
Yeah.
And until you do that analysis about where is the money going and coming and going, you're not going to realize what you're spending your money on. It really allows you to take a bird's eye view of your finances and just make some conscious decisions about what to do.
So would you agree with my statement? My point number 4 is we're living the life we've created.
Absolutely.
Because of our attitudes toward it. If like you're in the health thing. Like you just said, you know, you're a doctor, man. You're legit. You ain't no, you know, hey, I've got my degree at the, you know, and growing up reading
A, B, C, and D.
Right, you know. But my attitude toward my health plays a huge part of my healing, doesn't it?
Absolutely.
My attitude,
your understanding of your health.
Right.
Yeah.
And so I actually live the life that I've created. So if I don't think that these foods are bad for me, if I don't think these cigarettes are bad for me, if I don't think this drinking is bad for me, if I have a messed up attitude toward drugs and alcohol, and that attitude creates my problems that I'm going to have later on. So my hospital stay was created by an attitude. I created it. Nobody else created it. Nobody, because God has given me dominion over that. My getting paid on Thursday and being frustrated by Monday was created by my attitude toward money. So we are
respect towards it.
Right.
Value you place on it.
So we're living. I created that. Nobody else. So, and we're talking about these fundamentals, man. We're actually living the life that we created. I know we want to blame mom and dad. We want to blame culture. We want to blame racism. We want to blame presidents. We want to blame all kinds of stuff. But the bottom line is, man, whoa, it's me.
You woke up and made those decisions.
I woke up and made these decisions. Now don't listen. If you guys are in the car driving with each other, don't look over at your spouse and say, "Oh my God, I made this decision." We hopefully it's the right one. But you know, hey, real quick, man. Since I have you on the line, we're still in the midst of this pandemic. What are you seeing from your perspective on the front line? Are we getting better? Are we getting worse? And I'm not trying to instill fear, because I just want to instill precaution. What are you seeing on the front line? I'm just trying to get your view.
I'll tell you, I'm in a primary care office, so I'm kind of on the front line as far as outpatient goes. I'm not in the ER,
right,
or the inpatient hospital, but we're seeing an increase. This makes sense because kids are in school. A lot of these college kids are socializing without, they're invincible. So we do see a nice uptick in what I believe, college kids and such. People are eating indoors more, and the fall weather change usually triggers some illness. So we're seeing a little bit of an uptick in it. But I'll tell you, the outpatient offices, like we're at Cooper, we're doing a good job. We're not seeing sick people in the office. So these patients coming into the office should feel comfortable that usually their primary care docs are doing a good job of not seeing sick people.
Yeah, I wanted to ask you that, man. I wanted to ask you.
And stuff.
Yeah, some people may be afraid to go to see their primary doctor because they think they're going to get sick. But you guys are taking precautions. Folks are not coming in sick.
Absolutely not, Ralph. Okay. We have since March or February, since the beginning of this, we have not had one patient through my office with COVID-19.
Wow.
Okay. And what I mean is I've had patients with COVID-19.
Right.
But not ones that have came down, sat in my office, and I examined them and said, oh, boy, you might have COVID. Go get tested. We've done a really good job of screening patients when they call to make a sick appointment. Like, hey, I have a cough. Like, wait a minute. Doc's going to call you on FaceTime.
Right.
Go get a test. So a lot of your primary care doctors, even the dentists and stuff, are going to have some series of questions they should be asking to, like, screen you so they don't bring in a sick person into the waiting room.
Sure.
And we're also spacing out the waiting room. But look, we're going to see an increase in cases. We have to, because we're more indoors. The fall weather's coming.
Flu season's here. Yeah.
You know what? I have a gut feeling, and I don't know if this is something I've heard or it's unconsciously I heard it or read some things, but flu season should be good, man.
Yeah.
Flu season, we're all sterile. You know, we're all wearing masks. We're all keeping distance from each other. We're all hand sanitized up. Flu season kills about 50,000 people a year die from the flu, and we're talking kids too.
Wow.
And with all of the social distancing and limiting crowds and all that, I really feel that we're going to see a nice drop in flu cases, maybe even half of last year.
So I don't have to get my shot?
Be an amazing thing. Well, you know, you should get the shot because you don't want the COVID and the flu at the same time.
You know, you and I go round and round every year. If you've listened to the Ralph Graves Jr. show, this is my doctor. He and I go round and round every year. And listen, I must admit, I did get the flu last year, and I did not get the shot.
Yeah, you was banged up. I think you even had to skip a show, so it cost you productivity.
Hey, Rock, why you put my business? Why you put my business in the street? Why you tell anybody it cost me a show?
Well, it was public. Listen, it was public business.
Yeah, you're right. I missed it.
It was on the radio.
Yeah.
But you know what, Ralph? Some people asking me because there's a lot of in the air about the vaccines, COVID-19 vaccine. When it comes out, you're gonna get it. You know, and let me tell you something. You're going to see the healthcare community embrace this vaccine. I know a lot of patients are like, well, I'm going to see how it goes for a month or 3.
Right.
And then I'll decide if I want that shot. But you're going to see the medical community embrace this shot. And the reason is because we have to have a bit of faith and trust in science. And I'm going to tell you, without getting political at all, one of the only government entities I have some faith in is the FDA. I think the FDA does a good job of protecting us, the people. And
but wait a minute, everything I've seen said they're going to put what they call nanobites in us, and we're going to.
Give me some nanobites.
If we get the shot, we're going to get registered. We're going to have computer chips put in us at the same time, and the mark of the beast. I see, all that kind of stuff, man. Listen, all I know is I'm taking my vitamins. All I know is I'm doing what I need to do. All I know is that I'm still going to be showing up, getting my IV hydration. Talk to me real quick about Revive, and I got to let you go, man. Talk to us about, let everybody know what I do every week and what service you provide. I'm telling you guys, it works. It works for me. I do a lot of preventative measures with Dr. Rocco Caven and his staff over at Revive. Talk to him about Revive.
Over at Revive, we will boost your hydration. Getting 1 liter of fluids in about a half an hour is equivalent to drinking 2 gallons of water.
That's right.
It's going to super hydrate you, and that alone will boost your immune system and your energy, your focus. But we also offer high-dose vitamin infusions.
That's the one I get.
So vitamin C, zinc, vitamin D.
That's mine.
We'll give you 50 to 100,000 units of vitamin D in one shot. And there's actually a lot of evidence right now that low zinc and low vitamin D are detrimental with COVID-19. So having these things boosted up is a good idea.
Yeah.
But the proof is in the pudding. People come back. Most of our business, 75% of our business is return customers.
I'm there every week.
You can't, you know what I mean? You can't make that up. People come back, they feel better.
Yeah.
And we're just offering a safe way to do that.
Now
and everybody's going to be seen by me.
You also offer some weight loss strategies there as well. Talk about that too, for those who have who's changed their attitude about their weight.
Absolutely. And part of this is conversations and interviewing with patients and finding out the root of the problem. But we offer weight management services. I've been board certified in obesity medicine since 2014. I've been doing weight management for at least 6 years on the board certification, but probably 5 or 6 years before that. We have a great experience doing weight management and helping people be successful with losing weight in the right way. We do offer prescription meds to help.
Right.
But it's just a tool. The attitude and the motivation and the work of the individual is what makes the difference in losing weight and sustaining the weight loss.
Yeah. Hey man, where can they find you? Give them the address of where you are, and so they can get on board, man.
Revive is over in Mantua, New Jersey, 660 Woodbury Glassboro Road in Sewell, NJ is the mailing address. We're at revivivhydration.com. On Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, it's IV Revive.
Hey, Rock. Thanks.
856-485-0070.
You guys got that? You'll hear us. He plays an ad on our show too. Thanks for calling in, man, and I'll see you Saturday.
All right, guys. Take care.
Yeah. Hey, guys, listen, we're going to take a short break. We'll be right back with the verse of the day. If you want to call in, 888-329-3306. And I'm going to try to get through these 10 fundamentals. My name is Ralph Graves Jr. Listen to the Ralph Graves Jr. Show. We will be right back. Hey, everybody. My name is Ralph Graves Jr. I am the author of this book called Unstoppable. Now, what Unstoppable is about is it's 7 universal laws that will transform how you pursue and achieve success. Why don't you pick up your copy today? Go to my website, www.ralphgravesjr.com. Go to Amazon. This book is sold wherever fine books are sold, anywhere in the country. My name is Ralph Graves. Let's be unstoppable together.
Evaluate what you do on a daily basis. Make small changes. Set goals and
Facebook Live. Thanks for joining in. We'll be right back with the verse of the day. What are you Facebook? Where are you guys watching from and listening from? Are you listening to 860 AM, www.com? Are you watching here only? Are you listening? Are you on YouTube? Where you guys listen? Because this is shown on YouTube. Thank you for saying that. She heard me out and clear when I put it next to the mic. And you guys on YouTube, this is being broadcasted live on YouTube as well. We're just trying to figure this out. This is our first time. We never do anything the first time. Great. We've been doing it for years. Tashina, how are you? Guys, we're back with the verse of the day with Janae Graves.
Okay, so true life change only happens when you surrender your life to Christ and he reshapes it. Matthew 6:33 gives us a fail-proof strategy. But seek ye first the kingdom of God and his righteousness, and all these things shall be added unto you. Step 1 in changing your life is giving it to God. I'm Janae Graves, and that was your verse of the day.
Guys, that's step 1, man. And even as a Christian, as a believer, this verse centers me. When I start feeling frustrated, when I start feeling out of step, I go right back to not Paul's words. These aren't an apostle's words. These aren't Peter's words. This is Christ himself saying, seek ye first the kingdom of God, a relationship with God and his righteousness, and everything that you're grinding for, everything that you stressed out, whether it's peace of mind, anxiety, whatever it is, will be added to you, but you have to seek God first. Guys, hold on to that. If you don't know Jesus Christ as your personal Savior, I urge you, more than these 10 fundamentals that we're going through, we might not even make them through today. But if you don't know Christ as your personal Savior, I urge you today to accept Christ as your personal Savior. Jesus also said in John 3:16, for God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten son, that whosoever, and I'm so glad that word whosoever is in there, whosoever believeth in him should not perish and have everlasting life. That's anybody. It's all of us. No matter what you look like, no matter your education, no matter if you got a felony record, no matter what you got going on. He said, whosoever believeth in him should not perish but have everlasting life. Won't you accept Christ as your own, Okay, the next one is we're to number 5. We're talking about the 10 fundamentals that'll change your life. Number 5 is fear is the number 1 source of regret. It's all said and done. You're going to cry about the chances you didn't take more than you will the failures. You will cry about the chances that you did not take more than you will cry about the failures. So don't be afraid to take the necessary risks. People say, what's the worst thing that can happen to you? Will it kill you? Yes, death isn't the worst thing that can happen to you. The worst thing that can happen to you is allowing yourself to die inside while you're still alive because of fear. Fear is the number one source of regret. Don't count yourself out and say, well, I'm too old to start that. Who said that? Who said you're too old to start anything? And don't let anybody discourage you because you're too young. Don't let people despise your youth. Matter of fact, if you're young, I was talking to my boy yesterday, man, if you're young, only thing you need is a place to sleep in the bathroom. Go out there and get what you're going to get now. Make all your mistakes now. So when you're 40, 45, you're living at a different level. Go out there and take chances on becoming the person you want to become. Do it before the kids come. Do it before the marriages. Do it if you can. But if you wait after, you still go out there and do it. Joyce Smith said, woulda, shoulda, coulda are miserable life partners. Thank you for saying that, Sister Joyce. Woulda, shoulda, coulda. And it's not too late. Some of you, right, you've worked careers that you retired from. Now you're just kind of fumbling around. But what was that thing that you always wanted to do? Go start doing it. Start doing it. If it's baking, if it's whatever, do it. Find your audience. If it's crocheting, if it's arts, if it's sewing, whatever. I don't know what it is. If it's becoming a financial consultant, life is not over. Do not die inside while you're still alive. Fear is the number one source of regret. Don't be afraid to continue. Number six, I'm trying to get through this. This is very important. You don't have to wait for an apology to forgive somebody. Talking about 10 fundamentals that'll change your life. We know how important forgiveness is. You don't have to wait for an apology to forgive somebody or even to forgive yourself, right? Life goes a lot smoother once you let go of grudges and forgiving even those who have never said that they were sorry, right? It's life will go, just forgive them. And I have to understand what forgiveness is, right? Forgiveness is forgiveness is not saying I condone your actions. It simply frees you from being their eternal victim. Me forgiving you does not say I condone your actions, does not mean that we're going to continue to be in relationship with one another, but it's just, you know what? Your actions will no longer allow me or to be your eternal victim. The negative emotions that come with holding a grudge create a stress response in our body. This is science. Holding on to stress can have a devastating consequence, can lead to devastating consequences in your health. Jesus said, the disciples asked Jesus, how many times shall I forgive somebody? Jesus said 70 times 7. You better forgive them. And he was talking more than just being morally. He understood that holding grudges even affects our health. You got high blood pressure because you mad at something somebody did to you, who don't even care they did it to you. They don't even care. You know, most of the people you're angry with have no idea you're angry with them. And if they do, they don't care anyway. Am I right? Even Kaya laughing. They don't care. So I've got to forgive you. In other words, I've got to release you. I have to let that go. I don't condone your actions. I no longer will be involved with you. But I'm not going to walk around holding a grudge. I'm not going to get down with you. I'm not going to let you continue to have control over me anymore. Negative emotions come with holding a grudge. They create a stress response in your body. Your job is to be creative. Your job is to be creative. And Precious on Instagram Live, she says that she wishes she had that mindset when she's younger. And I wish we did too. But we're here now, so we can have it now. We can have this mindset right now. We can have these mindsets right now. Hey, listen, you forgive them. It's not condoning their action. You just simply are freed from being their victim. Point number 7, and I'm going through because I only got 5 minutes left, or less than 5 minutes left. Yeah, okay, thanks for that, Matt. Matt's let me know, man. You better hustle up. Number 7, live in the moment. Live in the moment. You cannot reach your full potential until you learn to live life in the present. Reach your full potential in the present. I said you were called to be creators. We can't create holding a grudge. And I have to create in the present. I have this moment. Tomorrow, I don't know if I'm going to have it. Yesterday passed already. I have this moment. It is up to me to give my best and to create and to be the best I can in this moment, to have the right mindset in this moment. Live in the moment. No amount of guilt can change your past. I have to say this. I don't care how guilty you feel. No amount of guilt can change the stupid stuff you did. No amount of guilt can change that. No amount of anxiety will change the future. I don't care how anxious you are about the future. Your anxiety will not change it. So live in the moment. Help yourself live in the moment. You got to do two things. First is accept your past. And number two is accept the uncertainty of the future. That's how you live in the moment. I accept my past and I do accept the uncertainty of the future. Worry has no place. Should have no place, right? Mark Twain said this: worrying is like paying a debt you don't owe. Number 8, your self-worth must come from within. I might get this in. Your self-worth must come from in. When you have to have a self-worth, a self-satisfaction. Okay? Love yourself. It's a little strategy that Ralph Graves does. You would never guess it. I look in the mirror every morning. Said, I love you, bro. You the man. I love you. Love yourself. All right? You might chuckle that. Number 9, which is a fact of life, is life is short. Life is short. Life is brief. None of us are guaranteed tomorrow, right? And none of us are guaranteed tomorrow. Remind yourself every morning that when you wake up, that each day is a gift. It is a gift from God. After all, a great day begins with a great mindset. Number 10, change is inevitable, so embrace it. Did I get it in under the time? Yes, I did. Change is inevitable, so embrace it. Only when you embrace change will you find good in it. You will not find, listen, I got to say this before the music begins to play. You have to embrace change. Some of us, we don't like technology. I ain't doing that. No, embrace the change. Only when you embrace the change will you find the good in it. Guys, was that helpful today, guys? Crew in here today?
Yeah.
Was it helpful? Matt, was it helpful?
Yes, it very much.
I know I rushed through, but I thought it was cool. I thought we had a good show today. I thought it was helpful. I hope it blessed you guys who are listening on the radio, watching on Facebook Live, watching on Instagram Live throughout the country. Thank you so much from Jamaica, from Texas, from Jersey, from wherever you are watching, and Facebook Live. Thank you for watching. And guys, any final thoughts for this week?
No.
No thoughts. No.
Have a good week.
Kair?
We took mine. Oh, she said week. Have a good day.
Matt?
Just be safe and take care of yourself.
Be safe. Take care of yourself. I agree with all the above. But most of all, give your life over to Christ Jesus. Hey, y'all. My name is Ralph Graves Jr. Thank you for listening to the show. God bless you. God bless you. God bless you. Facebook Live, thank you so much. Instagram Live, thank you so much for joining. And love you guys. And here's the bonus. I wasn't able to give it online, but here's the bonus. I want you to give it on the air. I'm giving you guys. There must be a private life with God. There must be a private life with God. No public worship is cool, but you have to have a private life with God. So there you have it. Hope to see you guys next week. I'm going to leave these posts up, so share it. If you're watching on YouTube Live, thank you for checking in. Follow me on all my social media network pages. And God bless you guys. I'll see you again next time. See you.
Listen to learn how you can protect and grow your hard